We're talking about movies.
Thunderbolts asterisk is out in theaters, and I saw it as I did with pretty much every single Marvel movie that's come out. I've been a very faithful viewer. I believe the only Marvel movie I have not seen in theaters was Eternals because it didn't look interesting and it ended up being bad as I predicted. But Thunderbolts is in theaters, and I want to go ahead and start this video off by giving my recommendation because I believe so. The last few years, Ant-Man 3, the Marvels, Captain America 4, I all gave a if you like Marvel, sure, but if you don't like Marvel, don't go watch it, don't pay for it, you're not going to like it. I did give Guardians of the Galaxy 3 a go see it, and I did give Deadpool and Wolverine a you should go see it, just like in general. Looking back on Deadpool and Wolverine, I think that like Marvel fans would get a lot more out of it than non-Marvel fans. I think that you could not like Marvel and go see it, but I think a lot would be going on that you'd be confused about. But it was a good movie overall. But I want to go ahead and start this video off with a recommendation. Thunderbolts is a movie, if you like Marvel, you will love it. If you don't like Marvel, you will love it. This is a movie you can step into without knowing who these characters are because they're generally not huge MCU characters. I think that anyone, like I think my mother could go see this and just pick up on what's going on and say this was a good standalone story. I like this movie. I think I could recommend that anyone go see it. Honestly, more than Deadpool and Wolverine, just because of all the Marvel stuff in that. I think that pretty much anyone would go see this movie and enjoy it. I want to give the director Jake Schreier some props because I thought the movie was shot really well. I like the style of it. It didn't look like all the other Marvel movies. And he's a director I wasn't really familiar with going into it. I had to look up some of his old like filmography, and like I heard he directed that Beef thing on Netflix that people liked. I never watched it, but I thought he did a really good job. Like I said, I like the cinematography of this movie, and I really enjoyed just like the small scale story. This doesn't have to be a huge Marvel CGI bombastic thing, especially the ending. The ending could have gone off the rails where you have this threat that seems unstoppable and they shoot a billion CGI lasers at it that costs more than your house, and then it ends how every Marvel movie does, but it ends in a very grounded way, and I really like the direction that they took on that. As I put on the thumbnail, this is the most un-Marvel Marvel movie. It doesn't take that approach of, okay, let's just laser beam everything and explosions everywhere. It honestly deals with a lot of real-world issues. I like that they give the characters all their moments to feel really real and grounded. I think Florence Pugh does great. David Harbour does great back. Lewis Pullman, who plays the Sentry, probably the best part of the movie. The guy that he plays is so twitchy, and you just know it's not going to go well. But he's also a likable character. You don't want it to go the way it's going. I wanted to also point out I liked what they did with John Walker. He was a character they introduced in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and a lot of people gave him hate, a lot of people gave him crap, but Wyatt Russell did a fantastic job playing John Walker, and where he could be kind of a character that comes off as kind of like a jerk. They did a lot of character diving with him that made him feel a little more human, a little more likable. I thought he did a fantastic job. Bucky, as always, does great. He's kind of the mainstay here. He's like, you know that he's been in all these movies. He's like the one that you like can see and be like, oh, well, if Bucky's in this, I guess there's some legitimacy to it. I'm going to get into a few minor spoilers here. The movie's been out for a little bit. Not huge stuff, but just kind of like small things I picked up on that I enjoyed and questions I had. So as I said, Bob ends up being the Sentry. I thought the scene they gave him where he got to like be the Sentry was great, and I honestly wish there was more of that in there. He's super OP. He's honestly too OP, but they've also leveled him by giving him this alternate persona of the Void, who is like unstoppable, and apparently now going forward he's like, well, I can't be the Sentry without being the Void. He also kind of forgets everything. The one kind of critique I have was like, oh, we have a kill switch for him. It's like, oh, we destroyed the kill switch. It's like, oh, build another one. Why does he have a kill switch? How did they put a bomb in? Is it like, I don't understand. Like, they just like made a clicker and it just works. I think that was a little lazy. I think that going forward, especially into Doomsday, he's going to be a huge player. If we get like a huge Sentry versus Doctor Doom fight, 10 out of 10 would be awesome. What else was stupid? On all the posters, you got Taskmaster on there, and I've spoken before about how I think Taskmaster, what they did to Taskmaster is just a crime, one of the worst things that they've done to a Marvel character, that whole swap and everything. Taskmaster didn't need to be on the posters because she was in it for 7 seconds at the beginning of the movie, and they shot her in the head. I think that she's not a big enough character to be like teasing her like, oh, she's in the movie. Just kidding, we killed her right away. They should have just not put her on any of the posters because the posters would look better without her randomly on there. And then you look at it and be like, oh, well, she's not even in the movie. I'm hoping that was Kevin Feige saying, we know you did not like what we did with Taskmaster. As we get into Secret Wars and we're kind of rebooting everything, we're going to do Taskmaster right in the future. As I spoke about before, the ending, I love that the ending was this kind of grounded thing of we're here for Bob. It doesn't have to be a huge beat up the void type thing. It's he has his friends now, he has his family. I did not have on my bingo card Marvel tackling mental health and depression in a random movie about the Thunderbolts, but I mean, here we are. Like I said, I thought this movie was fantastic. I thought it was better than Deadpool and Wolverine last year. It's a better made movie. It's a better movie. Honestly, it's probably one of the better movies they've made in years. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was a very good movie. My issue with that movie was it's hard to watch it as a trilogy. You can't watch Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2 and then just watch the third one because then you'd be like, what happened to Gamora? You have to watch Infinity War and Endgame in between. So I think that kind of hurts it as a trilogy. That movie and this are two of the better things that Marvel has made within the last few years. No Way Home before that, one of my favorite Marvel movies ever. But I think that Thunderbolts deserves you to go see it. I think that also they're putting the effort in to make it quality, and you could tell with the post-credit scene. The Russo brothers directed it. It's probably a scene in Doomsday where the Fantastic Four show up. They're having this battle where the Thunderbolts, who are the new Avengers, are having beef with Sam, who's putting together his own team. I mean, it probably makes more sense. Sam's team is probably a little more high-profile people. Thunderbolts, as they joke about in the movie, just punch and shoot, apart from the Sentry, who doesn't even appear to be the Sentry right now. But that was one of the better post-credit scenes that they've had in years as well. I thought that was cool that Russo brothers directed it. Like I said, it's probably directly out of Doomsday. Yes, not even if you like Marvel, if you like good movies, go see this movie. If you're interested in getting back on the Marvel bandwagon, like the last few years you've been disappointed, this will get you back on track. And then I think Fantastic Four is going to be great. Right into Doomsday. I think that this is a huge win for them. The relationship between Florence Pugh and David Harbour as like the father-daughter relationship is awesome. They have this great scene near the end of the movie. And I think that David Harbour is a great addition to the MCU. I'd only seen the Black Widow movie once prior, and then I rewatched it again recently. It's still not a great movie, but he is great in it, and he really brings a lot to the, like, when you need some comic relief, he's your guy. I think that it's gonna be really interesting to see him in Avengers Doomsday, and I like that they've confirmed that all these characters are going to be back and that they're going to play a big role. So as I've said at the beginning of the video throughout, I think you should go see this movie. This is one of my highest recommendations I think I've given, because I think that even if you don't like Marvel at all, you will like this movie. I think even some of those other ones, Deadpool and Wolverine, as I said, you got to like Marvel in order to get to like them as much as you can. I think this one, you could have someone who's never seen a Marvel movie sit down, watch this, love it. So those are my thoughts on the Thunderbolts, or as they're calling it, the New Avengers, because not a lot of people went to see it, or at least not as many as they wanted to. Did you see it? What did you think? Let me know in the comments below. Maybe you totally disagree with me. Maybe you say, Carson, this movie sucks and it's one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. It's not better than Shrek 2, and it's just, I don't want to watch it. Let me know in the comments below. I appreciate you watching my humble little video. I will see you back again with the next video.